evening from the UK. It is evening time in the UK. Well, afternoon towards evening. And welcome to Inception, 8 Doors of Consciousness. I nearly said Inception Special because half the time I never know what I'm saying. However, it's the 8 Doors of Consciousness. And I have one of them, one of a duo. I had the other duo the other day. We're going to go down the rabbit hole together. The absolutely gorgeous and just lovely soul, Theresa, come on down. Hi, Harry.
Hi, Gloria. Hi.
All
You mean I
good?
have to be conscious? I have to be conscious to be here?
I think you got to have some sort of, light bulb going on. Do you know what I mean? So,
Oh, shoot.
yeah, I know. I normally start with a higher energy, just keep it light. It's there's 8 doors we go through. Obviously they're metaphysical doors,
Yeah.
And I do have a generalized question that opens a topic of discussion as we go through each door, and we go deeper and deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. It's going to be fun. I hope you got your seatbelt on and your parachute on. You ready?
I'm ready.
Laurie did it. Here we go. So,
Lori can do anything. I have to cut it.
Don't underestimate yourself. I wouldn't have invited you on if I didn't think you could free fall down the rabbit hole. Let's put it that way.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good conversation, and where it goes, it goes. That's the way it goes. It's organic. Now, the first door, I'm opening the first door, and we're going to parachute down the rabbit hole, me and you together.
I like parachuting.
Yeah, we're parachuting down. I've shut the first door. We've landed. And I'm going to ask you the question, from your truth, what is the human experience? What is, it's just moved in my house and there's no one in it, so it must be a spirit. Even the cat has turned its head. Hold on, the cat's getting up. And the cat's going, well, that's a live show, isn't it? Something's moving in the kitchen. The cat's gone to attack it, whatever it is. If it's a spirit. Let me come back to the energies are high today. I keep saying the energies are high today. So what is the human experience from your truth? Now, I have many different analogies. I'm the host, so I just give a brief. Like I could say, I am consciousness having a human experience, and then explain what this human experience means to me in relation to my consciousness. So, Theresa, my love, what is the human experience that you're experiencing? What's your truth?
Okay. Let's see. My truth on that, my truth, is that the human experience is, well, I just got the biggest download the other night to put it all together for me. I've been going through an expansion, as you know. And so my gnosis on this has been changing rapidly as I expand.
Yeah, even
and
me.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
at the moment,
where I am right now in my truth is that, and it's not too far off from what it's been all along, it's just more clear.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that the human experience is a one great big fat university. This planet, this Earth,
mm-hmm.
was created by a higher conscious collective, which we can get into later, part of source creative energy. And there are many worlds, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great big campus
Mm-hmm.
to experience duality,
Mm-hmm.
to experience polarity,
Mm-hmm.
to help expand and increase your knowledge so that you can experience what unconditional love is all about.
Mm-hmm.
You can experience what sorrow and pain is,
Mm-hmm.
and the contrast of that,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can expand that conscious energy you came from,
Mm-hmm.
and grow in your love, grow in your acceptance. It's learning how to let go of fear, let go of pain. It's learning forgiveness. It's learning how to love yourself.
Yeah.
And so you're this conscious creative energy, but you're also expanding. And the only way you can really expand is to know that love
Mm-hmm.
for not only yourself, but for others. And as that grows and expands and you get to know more about who you really are, not as a humanoid, not as a human being,
Mm-hmm.
but as a consciousness of creation, there's just nothing like it. It's just a euphoric feeling, and you get more and more loving and more shining, and then you can help others expand too while you're at it. You don't have to be fully expanded yourself to help others,
Beautiful.
because we all share. Yeah.
I love that. And I loved how you didn't digress, because you're one that can go off sometimes. And you went, oh, we can talk about that later. Like, oh, we should go. And you went, no, you stuck there. You stuck with your guns. And it was beautiful. I can resonate with that. That was a really good description of your human experience. Now, on the back of that, okay, on what you've just said, we're going to go into door number 2. So we're going into door number 2, and I'll shut door number 2, and we're going down. We're going down deeper and deeper, the rabbit hole. This consciousness that you spoke about, that came in to have this human experience, can you expand on that on the second door when I say, who am I? Who is it? The true essence, the substratum of this consciousness. So who am I? And if you put that to yourself, say, who am I? I am Theresa. That's the identity. I am Glory. So who am I then? Can you expand on that?
Sure. I'm expansive. I'm no one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am one, and I am everything. I exist here right now in the form of a human shell that holds my soul.
Yeah.
As Theresa D'Anton, right? But I exist in multiple locations at multiple times in what people call multiple timelines as different aspects of my own self-consciousness. So I am in more than one place at one time, and enjoying it or not, depending on the scenario or the lessons I'm trying to learn.
Love it. Clarity, love it. However, I'm evil. I want you to I want to expand on that more, because we're going deeper. This I am everything. I am, define that. What is that? Go deeper.
Do you want the I am as in who I am in the now, or do you want the I am as in the whole picture?
There's only one I am in the now and the whole picture. But who is this I am?
Okay. Well, I believe there is, and I have come to learn that there is spirit, there is soul, and then there's the human body. Human body is all of your senses: taste, touch, smell. The soul is, your emotions, your feelings. Okay. And spirit is that which connects the soul to all of consciousness. Because in order to be here in this now, I have to vibrate at a certain energy level that anchors me here in this physical body to feel all those emotions that the soul needs to experience to learn and grow. But the connection that keeps me connected to the greater consciousness is spirit.
Okay.
So I am a spark of that spirit energy here in a soul. My soul has been divided into 2 parts. So I have another soul.
Hold on, you're digressing. Back. Inward.
So I am a spirit, spark of spirit in synergy with the soul to live these experiences here that I need to learn and grow from. Okay.
Oh, I'm not finished with you yet. No, no, no.
Oh, rats. I thought I had said it
No,
all.
no, we're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the components, the true essence of this spirit, obviously, is made of consciousness, and the physical body is made of consciousness, and everything is made of consciousness. Even though we compartmentalize it because we have to, because we're having a 3D polarity, a human experience, yeah. However, I still want to know, because I'm nosy, this spirit, this consciousness is it.
It is part of a sea of multiple consciousness. It's, how do I put it? I had a dream the other night that actually helped pull it together for me. I saw myself in this gigantic, like, globe of its own. And it's like an ocean of conscious energy, but you can hear multiple thoughts. So there's multiple sparks, if you will. And we are source. We are part of that which creates everything else.
Finally.
And so we are the creators, and we are in different parts to experience different parts of whatever we create. And we just keep creating and expanding and growing as we go along, which is why there's more than one universe and multi-universe.
Yeah.
It's just everything that's sentient, everything that's conscious.
Don't digress. I'm holding you back inside. We are so yeah, it's so easy to go off.
I know. Yeah.
It's so easy to come in with concepts and the ideas, but we're just keeping it where it is. So we finally got there. Who am I? I am source energy. It is only one, which is source.
Yeah.
Well done. We got there in the end, didn't we? You got to go deep in the conversation. You can't just fluff it over. Okay. Right, now we're going to door number 3. I've shut the door behind us. We're going down and down and down. In fact, we've done a bit of a free fall. I've landed on a beautiful, comfortable camp bed. I've got my coffee. I've got everything ready. You can sit where you want. We're here for the night. We cannot come out of this rabbit hole until we've completed the 8 doors, okay? Otherwise, we are there. In that timeline, we ain't going nowhere. No podcasts. You'll have no show and I'll have no show, all right?
Can we roast marshmallows?
You could, yeah, we can roast marshmallows. We can create anything we want down there. Okay, so door number 3.
Yeah.
On the back of what you've just expressed as your truth, you have touched upon it in question 1 and 2. You have, but I'm going to come in. I want you to expand on what you've already stated. And door number 3 is, why am I source consciousness, spark of source consciousness? Why am I here?
Why am I here in this now? Well, it's no one answer. There's multiple. I have to tell you that. There's a self-growth need for the soul, which is Theresa, here in this now, to wrap up a few things that were left unraveled from previous experiences or multiple concurrent experiences that are going on. So there's a reintegration going on within the soul or being of Theresa, okay?
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that, and that's because of what's going on a broader sense on this planet right now. I have a very strong connection to Earth, very strong. And so I feel all the shifts and all the energies that are going on here. I've had many visions, and we don't want all that, but I could tell you that my experience is that the Earth right now as part of the fabric of the universe and all other consciousness, all other conscious bodies of existence, is not vibrating at an energy right now that serves the greater good of the rest of consciousness.
Okay.
It has evolved to an extent where all of us conscious beings have put so much into so many different types of systems, religious systems,
I'm going to digress.
all those things.
No,
okay.
Back.
So it's not vibrating where it needs to be, and we are here. I am here anyway in this experience right now to help shift that energy so that it's vibrating at a level more conducive to the greater good of all of creation.
Thank you. That was easy for you to say.
No, I have a hard time expressing those.
I mean, don't worry. When I had Laurie on, my God, I got her to dig deep too. I really do get everyone to dig deep, to go somewhere they've never had a conversation before, and that's the whole point of it, to bring it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we're now going through door number 4. Okay. I've magically transported all my belongings. And actually, I'm sliding down the rabbit hole now because I'm happy. You go first. Well, I kicked you off, actually. You just went down. I booted you down. But we're further down the rabbit hole in door number 4. And on the back of everything that we spoke of, the next, and I've shut the door solid now. It's locked and I've hidden the key, so there's no going anywhere. On the back of what we just spoke about, from your truth, you, this spark of source, from your truth that has come here to experience the things that you said for the work you need to do and for this time. However, slightly off that, but still including that, what is this reality that you are in? Now, an open-ended question, anything. Some people say, we know it's consciousness, but we're talking from the perspective of a Homo sapiens sapien. The identity, what is it? Some say a simulation, some say it's a dream, it's a movie, it's this, it's that, and it doesn't matter, it's all correct. From your truth, on the back of what you said, what is this reality we are in?
The whole world is a stage, and we are actors, and we all have our parts to play. William Shakespeare.
I love that, and I totally agree. However, you're not getting away with it.
Darn.
I know. No, you can. One-off statements don't work. None of the getting away with a one-off statement with me. I'm now going to come back at you and say, expand upon that.
Well.
Twice you said it.
It is whatever we decide it is. If I want to create a space for experiencing the opposite of joy and happiness, then I'll create a reality where I'm born into a family of great difficulty and experience great trauma. If I need to experience unconditional love, then I might be, and prosperity, I might be choose to be born into an environment or where I'm raised by a very wealthy family and I'm given everything I want.
Hold on, I'm going to pull you back. I'm pulling you back because I want to go deeper.
Okay.
How are you connected to this reality for you to be able to create? Now, I'm going to be, I'm going to come in and sort of like hinty here where I want to go. For example, when I researched quantum physics, obviously you've heard about entanglement, yeah?
Yes.
And the connection there.
Sure.
And the most important part is the observer effect.
Yes.
The observer is a creative skill set that beings have. So what is this reality? Obviously, we're all at this point in the now, we're experiencing similarity. So we've got a collective of what we experience. But however, my connection to it, for me, I see, is a bit like string theory, or the theory of everything. or superposition. I'm one
Uh-huh.
at all places all time, but I am connected, or like the image of an octopus, all tentacles out, all
Uh-huh.
connected at one time. And my emotions, my thoughts, then send frequencies out to what comes to me to create. How does that resonate with you?
Pretty much spot on.
Mm.
I don't see much difference there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
I
hard
think that
thing
we're observers and experiencers, though.
simultaneously.
We're both. We're both
Yeah,
the observer and the experiencer in this creation.
yeah. And that's why it's a duality as well.
Right. That's why it's so difficult to explain in human terms what's
yeah.
really going on. And when you talk about those tentacles,
Yeah.
you know, I might be right here, right now, also somewhere else right now in a completely different avatar, having a completely different experience. I think I told you on one of our other shows or one of our other interviews that it's like the old Shakespeare theater in the Middle Ages, where what they did is they had platforms throughout the town.
Yeah.
And they didn't change scenery. You went from one platform to another. The crowd observed act one, scene one.
Yeah.
And the next stage would have act two, scene, you know, whatever.
But it was all in one timeline. All in one timeline.
All in one timeline. But we as consciousness I think we're just, it all folds in on itself.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that's why I visioned that ball.
Yeah. You know? No, I hear you. I hear.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I love that. Interesting. I love that. Now we're going to door number 5. So we've got to go through some winding passages first in door number 5. Okay. And then we're just going to jump. Okay, we jump. Well, I'll push you off because that's sort of yeah. Down you go. Laurie told me to do that. She told me to push you off, by the way.
She told you to push me off.
Yeah, push you off the highest, you know.
Oh, Laurie, you wait.
Yeah. Well, she didn't really. I am telling porcupines, but who cares? She didn't really. Now, I've shut door number 5. So we're now going to the realm of the multi-dimensionals. So I'm going to ask you from your truth, not anyone else's truth. And I know truths change. I know my understanding of these beings from way back all the way through as the truth has changed many times, as it should do. And the more you expand, the more you become, you know, and you sort of like polish it up and get better and better of truly understanding. So at the moment, though, bloody cats. Who is ET? Now, when I say ET, that's an umbrella. It could be angels, it could be greys, it could be Arcturians, it could be archangels, it could be the Elohim. I'm talking about, you know, apart from ourselves, that are interacting with Homo sapiens. Who is this ET from your truth?
Now I can see why she told you to tell me to jump or to shut me off.
I really booted you off.
Okay. Well, I have always, since I guess 14, and it's important to preface this answer, okay? Because ever since the age of 14, when I started studying scripture more seriously and understanding more about archaeology and looking at these two things, I'm like, archaeological evidence is showing the possibility of other forms of life. The Bible scripture is telling us, tag, you're it, you know, and I'm looking at things and I'm saying, no, I'm looking at these stories and I'm seeing messengers. I'm seeing burning bushes. I'm seeing voices. I'm hearing about visitations telling people they're pregnant. I mean, there's all these things going on in scripture, and it's like, but then the church body is saying, oh, don't believe in this, this, and this is evil. And I'm like, really? It's okay for some people in the Bible to have that?
Come back, you're going off.
No, I'm not, Gloria. I'm going to stand my ground here on this one, because it's very important, because people like me who are brought up in this religious nutshell are told what to believe and what to think. And since I don't have any personal interaction with certain types of beings.
Mm-hmm.
I can only tell you that there are many kinds of beings
Mm-hmm.
whom I have interacted with on a certain level. And ETs, well, I think that they're any kind of conscious creation that takes many, many forms, and they're from many, many different types of worlds, all experiencing whatever the hell it is they need to experience.
I'm with you.
And they come through and they communicate with whomever they think they need to communicate with to get whatever they need from that person, or to give freely to that person who's experiencing something. I have never had any bad interactions with any kind of ET, as you call it. So,
I mean, the reason I pulled you away from that, and you disobeyed, so you're really going to get rocketed down the next door, is because I wanted to hear your truth first, and then speak about the external knowledge that led you there. That it's about speaking just what you know without any explanation. Like, for example, I know in this human form, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I have an avatar of a woman. I know it. I don't need to explain to anybody. I have breasts, I have this, I have that. I don't need to. I'm a knowing. So why I tried to pull you back, because I wanted the knowing, and then we'll go, because we would normally step over to where that come from. In my case, Christian religion, biblical scriptures, the beings in there. But I wanted to take it from the absolute knowing what you know they are.
Oh, well, that's because I do have them appear to me. I do have.
You do?
Okay, all right.
Who are they?
You know, when people go through tragic things sometimes in whatever experience they've created, at a very young age, I had something reach out to me in the darkness that has been with me ever since. She has been my rock, my guide, my pathway back to who my true self is. And I have always seen her in a context of Great Mother.
An angel? A god?
I always thought she was.
It's fine.
Until recently. And I've learned that she's just another higher aspect of self.
Beautiful.
She's
out of you.
I know the truth of it because I've seen her and interacted with her in different. I have seen visions of her in other timelines, other nows. I've seen her avatar is different in some cases. In some cases, it's the same. And I have felt her experiences. I have felt her emotions. I have seen and felt everything.
So you're saying an aspect of your higher self. These
appeared to me as a child.
Yeah. I mean,
when I was a child.
Yeah. Hold on. What is your understanding now, your truth now? I've heard many people say they're part of my higher self. Even I resonate with that. They're part of my higher self. You know, what we label everything we have to because we're having a human experience. But it's part of. They're not separate from, but they're family. They're part of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that resonate with you?
That resonates. Then there's another one, and this one is still with me, and I call her Great Mother because she vibrates at the same energy as Earth. I recognize her as former, even when I was in Celtic lands as a Druid priestess. I knew that Earth energy vibration. I know who Gia is. And I know that Mother, Great Mother, and Gia are one and the same to me. And apparently that's a higher self, a higher version of me as well.
That's beautiful.
So I am Gaia.
Yeah. I love it.
I am Gaia.
I love it.
That's who I am.
Could we say, hold on, we're not getting off this one yet. I'm just preparing to literally catapult you off the next cliff. All right.
Okay.
I've had recently, with all that's going on with the Elohim and everything else, it's like the ancestors have always been here. However, we're perceiving them as to the ancestors, the gods have returned. However, they've always been here. And the reason we're having that experience is because of the individual conscious expansion. The veils are dropping. So what is hidden will be revealed. How does that resonate with you? Or would you like me to expand upon it?
Yeah, you expand on that one a little bit.
Okay, I'll expand. For example, like in our lifetimes, as millions and billions of us, we are experiencing different labels, what we can call them, the gods, or Mother Earth goddess, or Moon goddess. It doesn't really matter. But we know that they are the god. We call them the gods, the creator gods. Another spark of the source. And we know they've always been here because of recorded history in this Earth timeline. Cave walls, Egyptology, Mexico, India, so they've always, and generations before this experience, humanities have experienced these beings. However, where this is going is we're in the now, me and you, and we are experiencing these gods, these beings, and the question is, who are they? We've done the part of how we're connected. They are a higher form of us.
However,
I added to that, to expand upon this, why I'm bringing in why we're really connecting with them now. Would you agree or not agree? It doesn't matter. It's your truth. That the reason we're really connecting with these greater God's energies is because the individual consciousness, like yourself, is expanding to become aware.
Okay.
Observer. The observer's coming out and observing what's always been there. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. And I'll expand on that a little bit.
Go on, then. You expand now. To you, to me, to you, to me.
I think, and I don't mean to offend anybody.
You're not here to offend anybody.
I believe that human beings created the concept of gods and goddesses in their own thoughts to look for an external explanation as to why things either went their way or didn't go their way. There had to be an answer for everything. There's a god of fire, a god of wind, a god of the ocean, a god. They created all these gods and goddesses, and then they started worshiping them and created systems around them and religions and everything else. So, but there are certain energies that are part of creation that they personified as well, like Gaia, for example, or the moon, And so there are these energies, but they're not necessarily separate beings. They're all part of source consciousness. They just vibrate differently. Vibrate differently, okay? So for me, the reason they're reaching out and making so much more contact now, people are I think it's because people are waking up to the fact that they have a spiritual side of them. They're not just flesh and blood. They're starting to feel that. And when they open up, then they're more open to the contact. And I believe that these different energies are contacting us right now for the reasons I stated earlier, which is because things have gotten really wacko on this planet, on this school, this body.
We just got a bit of anarchy going on. That's all we got. Don't mind that.
Right.
Okay. Now that's.
And I think they're trying to help shift it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that bit.
I think they're trying to help shift the consciousness of this world to a higher vibration so that it can expand and contribute and spread that love, that energy and expansion to the rest of the universe, because it's if it's a rogue planet, which I think let's put it in human terms. It's a frickin' rogue planet right now. Rogue planet.
It is.
And so it's out of alignment. And so there are a group of us who have agreed to come here at this time, right now, to help with that shift. And there are other beings that are helping us with that.
Okay.
Why would some of us have incarnated.
with what you just said. Why would anyone be offended with what you just said? You're only expressing your truth.
Because some people actually believe in a physical God or goddess that is their savior.
It doesn't matter.
I don't.
Yeah, but that's none of our business what other people believe.
Right.
Yeah, it's none of our business.
I just don't want to offend them.
Business. Yeah. What did I say before? We don't give a flying fuck what other people think. I told you that. So the whole point of this podcast is you're in a safe space to share your truth. It doesn't matter whether it resonates with me or not. It is irrelevant. Right. You're experiencing your experience and I'm experiencing mine. They're not going to be exactly the same. It would be boring. Right. Boring. So there we go. So no, don't even think. I know you would never do anything intentionally. However, I've got you going now. You're really going deep now, and I love this. So I'm dragging you, not dragging you, I'm dragging you by the hair like Cave Woman. And we've got this precipice down the rabbit hole. And I've catapulted you off down the bottom of the rabbit hole. You first, yeah? And you've landed safely, though. There's a nice cup of coffee waiting for you at the bottom. In door number 6 that I've shut, remember, we can't get out now till we do the last 3 doors. There's no escape, okay?
Okay.
We have touched upon it, and you have touched upon it, but I want you to expand. You're going to hate me for this word now, aren't you?
No.
Expand. How then, on your truth, on what you've just stated, on the previous 5 doors, or on door number 6, how are we connected to them? Now, you can answer it either way. So from my truth is a juxtaposition. I consciousness having a human experience. So I'm consciousness, the observer. I'm observing myself having a human experience. So we can talk about the Homo sapiens, sapien, like there could be a DNA connection through hybrids and whatever, or any way you want to go. Your truth. Everyone has a different truth on this one. Some similarities, but all truths are the correct truth because it's your individual truth. So how are we connected to them, Theresa?
Okay.
There she goes.
There are numerous. Okay. So I'm just going to do mine. Okay.
Just your truth. Just give me a few connections.
Yeah. I believe that, and there's some evidence, scientific evidence to back this up, but it don't really give a crap if there is or there isn't. It's just something I know.
Yeah.
And that is that since we created this environment to manifest ourselves into our consciousness into, there were certain types of life forms that were created, of course, by different types of beings. And the hominid type forms that were here early on, clearly, from a scientific perspective, lacked certain skill sets, certain abilities, physical attributes that they, and so their evolution was along the ape-like lines. And I have tons of research here showing every type of hominid from the beginning of time that we are aware of, including our Denisovian brothers and sisters. And I do believe that there are other beings from other worlds of consciousness that seeded and planted certain of the, I guess what you would call DNA, of their DNA for a reason. They wanted helpers. They wanted people to do, they wanted to use whatever resources they could from this environment for whatever purpose they had. And I'm not sure what all that is, but I believe that they can cross-contaminated, if you will, or crossbred is a better way of putting it. Let's look at it from, let's not assume the worst. Let's assume they just needed help and they harvested, that structure from this plant, saying, hey, that's bipedal. We can, they have fingers, they have toes, they can do things that we can't in our form. Let's recruit them. And they gave them what they needed from their own consciousness and their own bodies to create
DNA.
a being. Yeah. Right.
I don't
And I
see
think that being evolved into us.
us. I mean, that I have no issue with that. It resonates with me, whether it, it is or it isn't, doesn't matter. Because, I always give analogies of current times to try and, to sort of give more clarity to it. Today, if I can't have a child, I can go and have a surrogate mother have a child.
Yeah.
I can have an embryo taken out and it can go into something and they can put a sperm in and create the baby in the lab.
Right.
We do that anyway, and we do a lot worse. I mean, we do happen to know that there's cloning going on and there's all this going on. Stem cell. So, I mean, many people can be shocked at that. There's a DNA. Oh my God, no. And I use another analogy. People think this could not happen. And like, it's a belief system that's so strong. And I say, why can't you even say it's possible? You don't have to believe it. Anything's possible. No. And I say, well, hello, hold on. When I got married, back in the day, I married a black man and I had 6 children. But back in the day, it was no, you can't mix the races. You can't mix the breed. No. And the same as what you're saying about other beings. So I use that and I say, well, and now we've overcome that part of it to a degree. When I got married, I was just ostracized totally. I mean, my family were the Ku Klux Klan. My parents, well, my father more than anyone. So I always say, well, look how strong humanity's belief system was at the time in the the white Caucasian countries. And it went to such abhorrence, it was just destructive.
Yeah.
Now, billions of people are talking about hybrids. Why is that not okay? So I use that. Does that make sense to you? I use that. I always try to bring a current sort of analogy with anything that we bring into a conversation.
No, I think it's beautiful that you do that. I think it helps clarify things. And as a host, it's a wonderful thing. It's a good skill that you have to do that. It brings clarity to the conversation. I don't know why people have such a hard time with it. If they've taken any kind of science at all, and you're looking through a microscope and you're looking into a little petri dish, you're going to see a microorganism. And so and we know that there's different animals and species. So, I mean, why is it such a stretch? Oh, but it's easy to say the Virgin Mary was impregnated by God. You can believe that. But you can't believe that an alien
I know,
life form could have seeded, so
it's this connection with them, and it's something we have to go a bit deeper with. It's this connection with them that I do try as much as I can on this door to go in as much as we can to clarify what we're stating as our truth, whether it doesn't matter if anyone believes it, but it's to try and clarify. And I do try to use current analogies for that. And it's, and what I've done in other shows, and I did it with Faye Vale a couple of weeks ago, is we're talking of hybrids, and you've just mentioned the Virgin Mary. And I said, okay, you've got a human being, and we know in the 3D polarity, biologically, in the physical aspect, Newtonian laws, to have a baby back in the day, now you can go and have it in a tube. But to have a baby back in the day, there had to be sex. There was an egg and there was a sperm. And for millennium, this is how procreation started. And then you have not just one, multiple people, virgin births in different countries and civilizations. But we're homing in on Christendom at the moment. You have a lady, this being come, the Christian said his name was Gabriel. It's okay, you can call him whatever you want. But he obviously was not human. And he said, you are with child, you will be with child. And she actually said, wrote in very badly, killing it, I cannot, how can I be with child, when I have no husband or whatever, I haven't had sex. Which is common rational sense. You can't have it. And he said, and so it will be, boom, your Lord thy God. And there was this baby. Now, they didn't have artificial insemination back in the day. The Bible called it an angel, which is a high dimensional being. And he told her, you're going to have a baby. I can't have a baby unless I have, sex. No, you don't need that. You're going to have a baby. And she was pregnant and the child was born. To me, that's a form of hybridization, a hybrid between two conscious energies, different. How could it have happened? People say, no, it didn't happen. I said, hold on, before you say it didn't happen, I'm doing a current analogy, of now. I'm aware of people having hybrid children. And
that's certainly a possibility, and I wouldn't discount it at all. But I would also say it could happen with thought.
Could happen with thought.
Because if that being of Gabriel visited her and encouraged her in thought and helped her lift her frequency and said, you don't need a husband or a physical union to do this.
That's still hybrid.
And they used their conscious creative thought and energy. They thought that baby into the womb.
But that's still going to be a hybrid, because that conscious being is not a Homo sapien sapien, as Mary was. So I'm talking to those that I don't know if this
it is. I guess that would be a way of calling it a hybrid. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know.
Really cool, Gloria. Cool. Yeah,
I bring it to the current times.
Yeah.
Because we've never been allowed, as children raised when we were children, like hundreds of years ago, in the experience, we were never allowed to question this before.
Yeah.
I did try, and I was told I was going to burn in hell for it. So
me too. Me too.
So what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to bring to the audience some current analogies.
Yeah.
If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, put it to one side. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just using discernment, trying to explore. Anyway, we're moving on from that because we went
Good job.
Deep. That was a deep one. We're going to door number 7. Now, you may think it's an easy one. It sounds easy, but I've got you on this little ding, and I'm pushing you right down the rabbit hole. But however, you're going off a waterfall now. All of these extra special effects are just for you. No other guests got these. Only you. All right?
I don't believe that.
You're off the waterfall and you're going down. You're just going down, down, down. And you can see the water below you and push you down. We're in Middle Earth now. Down the rabbit hole. Just for you. And I'm just flying down as I do, doing my stuff. I'm a fallen angel. I've just got my wings back, okay? And I'm just,
I knew there was something about you.
You knew.
On it.
I've been going, come on, flap. Let's get going. No, seriously. I float down. Door number 7. We have 2 doors left. In door number 7, on the back of all we said, and we have touched upon it, but I think you would get to know me by now. I want you to expand. Okay? Theresa, why are they here? I'm going to put this into context. They have always been here since the beginning. They more likely were the first. Why are they here now? And the contact, not just with ET, but with different types of energies like sacred geometry, color energies, spectrums. Why are they here now, exponentially, globally? Now, hold on. Someone did suggest, well, now we have internet and we have this, and so more people, we're becoming aware that they're here now. And I come back and said, now that don't work. That means they've always been here exponentially. However, there wasn't a timeline shift or a global conscious waking up before. So I put that to one side. Does that make sense to you? Someone said to me, why humanity's experience an exponential contact with these beings is we can't say it's because of waking up or ascension or anything. The reason we've noticed it is because we have internet. You get that? I come back and said, well, what resonates with me is that can't be right. That sounds illogical. Because if they had been here interacting with humanity on such an extent, the awakening, or whatever you want to call it, would have happened before. It's a gradual from 2012. We can see it's coming, and most of us that I speak to say we're on a different timeline to that one over there now. So it's on the back of that. There's a platform for you. Why are they here now in the 3D timeline, or whatever the date is today? I think it's a Monday, and it's a November. That's all I know at the moment. Why are they here now?
I believe that they're here now because they've been here before, and this is just yet another wave. I believe that there have been various times throughout the history of this
Get the various
world where they have
happening now.
Okay, well, you might. Okay, so you're going to have to keep an open mind to my answer. Okay.
It's your truth, so it doesn't matter. So we just did a show on Andromeda. We did an encore presentation of something that we did 6 months ago, and we had a lot of viewers the other night, where we're talking about the crystal conscious creation spiral. And it's just a way of looking at how this planet is vibrating and the type of activity that it's going through on two different creation paths right now. And it is clearly, ever since I was in my teens, this planet has got a lot of serious freaking problems. And if you don't believe just take a look at what's happened over the past 2 years. It's out of control. Okay.
That spiral, that creation spiral that nature has been following on this planet for so many centuries is not vibrating where it needs to be in order for all of us to make the shift into higher conscious energy with the rest of creation. We've got to get there. And so they're here now in whatever form they come in. We have a whole council of angels that come in and talk to people. We have a whole council, apparently, of galactic alien beings that are talking to people. There's one thing that they all share in common, and that is it's their love for mankind. It is their wish, and it is their desire for us to seek their help and guidance because they've been through this. And they know that parts of that some of them may have tampered with our they are aware that but they weren't all in on it.
No.
So they're trying to help right some wrongs, and they're trying to help us shift into that spiral or create a new reality where we are, so that we can continue to love and expand and grow and have this laboratory, have this university. You know, they want us to have everything we need. They're part of that universal consciousness that's saying, we want to give you all the love you need and all the tools you need to help you continue to expand and grow and experience. But if you keep going on this spiral that you're going on, you're going to end up as creating yourself a whole reality based on mechanical mind, mechanical thinking. You're going to lose yourself. You're going to lose your true self in internet, in technology.
Hold on, let me pull you back on that. So that was no reason, I don't know why you keep apologizing before you answer. You have no need to, because it's your truth. And if other people believe it or not, that's where we say I don't give a flying fuck.
It's just my way of being kind and considerate to other people.
I understand that.
That's all.
I'm sure my audience know by now. You couldn't offend anyone, even if you tried. It just wouldn't happen. You're just too nice. I don't know about that. Telling me to kick you off anyway. But apart from that, No, there was nothing wrong with that's your truth. That's your perception. That is how you are experiencing the human experience. And I say every time, and most of the podcast, get an orange, cut it in half to Theresa, half to me. We're both experiencing the orange, however, we're not experiencing it the same. We're going to have a different take, a different perception. No one is right, no one is wrong. And this is where stop the frigging judging of another person's truth. Say, wow, it's interesting. How can you judge it? You're not. How can I judge you when I'm not experiencing it? If I was experiencing exactly with you, which I'm not, then I could say, you're off your rockers, love. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm not. So I can't comment on your experience, and you can't comment on mine. You can. When people tell me their experiences, their truths, I'm like, wow, there's another one.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways to experience what we're going through now with their interaction with these beings, and no two will ever be the same. That was beautiful, your truth. Hold on. We're coming to door number 8, the last door, okay?
All right.
Now, we're at the bottom. We're in the center of the earth, down the rabbit hole. And down there, I'm making all this stuff up. You know I am, guys, only just for Theresa. I don't want to just kick people down the rabbit hole. You can see the door. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, you're doing really good. You can breathe afterwards. Down there is a way out. I've just shut the door on door number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Door number 8, you'll be very pleased to hear, is an expansion. Please expand.
Oh, God.
I know, because I want you to go so deep to bring out your truth. I'm trying to get your truth out. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes we have a lot of truth in this. We're not consciously aware until someone asks the question. Then it comes up. We go, oh yeah. How did I know that? Because it's always been there. Anyway, apart from that. So the last door, my love, remember, you look down there, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay.
Yeah.
Expand upon why they're here why are they so interested in us? Why are they so, and you can say, oh, they want to help us, but you know what? No, you don't just go off and help people for no reason, love. Do you know what I mean? And we could say, this is hypothetically, by the way, guys, to give a current analogy, but why didn't they help us, like in the Christian crusades or the, whatever genocide? And so when I ask you that, when I say, why are they interested in us now, it means now.
Okay. Well, you might be surprised, or others might be surprised. I believe they have concerns that when some of us reintegrate and ascend and choose to go to other worlds, which we most certainly can, and choose to go to their schools or their environment or their world, that we will be bringing some of that baggage with us.
You mean our shit?
From this, yeah.
Say it as it is.
Yeah, we might be bringing some of our shit with us.
Yeah.
And they don't want our shit because they've seen what it's done here.
Yeah.
Because they've been around a lot longer, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Or so people, I wouldn't know that for sure. I don't.
No, I know, I hear you.
But I suspect it. And if it were me, I mean, I wouldn't want you bringing your bag of crap with you. Clean up your act and then come and take a vacation. Yeah.
I wouldn't let you in my house. Never mind on holiday. Yeah.
Clean up yourself, your self-evolvement. And while you're cleaning up your self-evolvement, let's take care of this planet that you're on, because everything you need is there on that planet.
Are you saying from your truth, they are helping the Homo sapiens, humans having consciousness, having the human, are they helping them to clear up their shit, basically? Are they trying?
Yes, I think that's exactly what's going on. I think they're here to help us remember, to help us relearn certain things, to help us get our shit together.
Yeah.
And if we don't, and if we fall into all these traps, we're just going to go further down the rabbit hole, and they're concerned about that, and they have every right to be. We're not the only one. It's time for us to start realizing, hey, we're not alone. We affect other
it's a bit
realities.
It's more than a bit arrogant to think out of all the billions of galaxies and universes in the 3D reality that we are it. Hello, baby. And what have we done since the recording of our history? We've massacred, genocide, raped, pillaged, murdered, stolen.
But that's because we
really are the
created
of experience.
Yes and no, because we created those scenarios.
We had to create them. Yes, we did.
In order to experience them. But what happened is we venerated them.
Yes, we
started worshiping them. Yeah. We built structures around them to expand and grow. And you can't tell me that was part of the original plan. I don't buy that for one instant.
That's another discussion.
We went off the blueprint.
Now, that's another discussion, because I just would never go off the blueprint. But that's another discussion. That's a discussion on self-realization and non-duality.
Right.
I hear what you're saying, and I think I think I might have to let you out. I mean, I might let you run. You better run to get out the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, Theresa, that was absolutely, I had to dig a bit. That was a fantastic conversation. And I noticed, it's like the first time, I don't know, it's the first time for me. I have had a few conversations with you. However, it's like first time you've really ever expressed your personal truth. And I know as a co-host, I mean, when I started going on other shows, I said I found it a bit difficult at first, because I'm always asking other people's, what's your truth? What's your journey? But when it comes to being asked yours as a host, you go, shit. And you did fantastic, and you went deeper. I was evil. I made you expand.
Well, like you, I'm used to being on the other side of the chair where I'm the host, and I'm opening the doorway for people to talk about their truths. I try not to insert mine.
Yeah.
You have a limited amount of time.
As a host for someone to come and interview you to do that. You can you can come on a show and talk about how you started a podcast, how you started a show, but not come in and let's have consciousness to consciousness. What's your truth? Who are you? Who are you really under that mask? There isn't a show like that apart from this show, and that's why it's created. And, I have the utmost respect for podcast hosts or chat show hosts or that come on and say, okay, I could do it. I could do it. I could do this. Sometimes we have a bit of a pep talk before. This is where it's going to go. Yeah, give it to me. And they go, and then they go in. And when they finish it, they go, wow.
Yeah.
The potentiality is all that I seek in each individual being. That they come out and say, wow, never really thought of it. And it's your truth, not mine. You're sharing your truth. I'm going, give me your truth. And you articulate it, but this time you're using discernment. You're using introspection. You're not just lip serving it. I believe in this. You really went in, and that was expressed in the conversation. It was beautiful.
Just being me, it's what I believe.
You just froze for a bit there. You were like,
oh, I'm just saying it's probably internet stuff, but no, I mean,
it was.
I seldom get a chance to do that with people, so I appreciate the opportunity.
It's the first of many for you, I think, Theresa. I like your T-shirt, Abnormal. That is definitely you. I want one. I need.
This is Abnormal Reality.
Yeah.
These are our friends, Rocky, Stucci, and Ron, and they have a show abnormal realities. And Lori got me this for Christmas, but no, for
That's
my
lovely.
birthday. And they talk about a lot of the same kind of stuff we talk about. So
It's lovely. It's lovely. Well,
I'd love to hook you up with Rocky. That would be cool.
Ah,
I'd love to hook you up with Rocky. That would be cool.
Do it. Just hook me up.
Yeah.
Just hook me up and reel me in. Not an issue. Just hook me up and reel me in. I want to thank you very much for this. I knew it'd be fun with you. And
I had fun. Yeah.
You're such a delight. And, in the beginning.
Look, Gloria, whatever your personal truth is or anybody else's, when they talk about details about alien races and they talk about wars going on in the galaxy, it's like they're living a Star Trek novel or something, and maybe they are. It's not my reality, nor any more than gods and goddesses. Okay, it's just that there are. I just want to make it clear in my knowing, because I want people to understand this. Please don't call me and ask me to talk about Palladians and Arcturians and all that. I'm clueless. I have no experience. Okay, I can't help you. Don't know anything about it. What I do know is that there are energy beings.
Yeah,
I have seen them in my astro travels. I've seen them in my visions. They're bright. They have form. They communicate telepathically, seldom audibly. They give me messages. I channel. I write them down. I create stories. I write poems. They have a way of igniting the creative, expressive part of you. And if the more you open, the more you expand.
That's really true. But you see, it's a case of, I think most people know now, how you experience these beings and how I experience these beings is going to be different. That's the richness, eye consciousness at all things, at all times, all timelines, all dimensions, all places in the now. I'm consciously aware at the moment that I'm experiencing this one, but it's things at all times. So, but it's to me, I see the richness. It doesn't matter what your truth is. It's your truth. And you'll be on that path with that truth as long as you need to be on it in the school. You'll need to be with that. And then we all learn, because hindsight's a real bitch. We all learn in hindsight how we recognize when truths change. And they change normally after some knowing comes in or download comes. And it's not harsh. It's so gentle. We're able to articulate it slightly different or find a slightly different way to express it because no truth is wrong. Everyone is right to their truth. And, as long as you don't shove it down someone else's throat, like, you're going to burn in hellfire. Well, that's their truth. They wanted, the people like that, I just saw it. They wished to live in a timeline of fear. They needed and chose to experience this fear. I mean, I know when I was a child, I lived in a timeline of fear because I needed to experience, I chose that timeline back then. So I'm aware of that now. So I don't see anyone's truth as wrong. I don't have to agree, but it doesn't mean it's right. Because I'm in your world. I'm not in your body. I'm in mine. I'm in a different culture, a different geographical place, different religious, different social determinants that have, brought in belief systems, concepts, ideologies, totally different from you. So why would I experience the same thing as you? No, the beauty is we experience the human experience and perception, and it's beautiful, and we need to accept that of everybody.
Yes, if you can accept the beauty of that message and make it your and just feel it, allow yourself to feel it and float with it. You just have a whole different paradigm shift on outlook on the world and how to treat each other and other people,
And it is, and you don't, and I mean, they say, well, how can you tolerate that person? And because I look at it with this perception, okay, I really don't give a flying fuck if someone's an arsehole. I just say, get out of my timeline. Get out of my timeline. I'm not going there. I'm bored with being a victim, or I'm bored with that. I've done that. I've acted really well, won the Oscars I'm not doing it again. So yeah, it's a message I do try to get out. Not that you have to listen to it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm saying. So thank you for watching Inception Special. If anything resonates with you, please take it. If it doesn't, just put it to the side. Yeah. And go on your own journey and your own search. I would recommend, live your passion, whatever interests you in these times, follow your passion, try and get out the fear factor, turn off the bloody TV would help, and go outside or laugh or joke or phone a friend or, just do what you love. And you might find that your perception of life will shift just a little bit, slightly. And then who knows what will come next? Because people often wonder, why are you so happy? And I say, why wouldn't I be? Well, what's going on in the world? I said, it's not going on in my world. It's going on in someone else's world, because I have the distinction. That's not my truth. So this is why I talk the way I do. Slightly insane, I know, but I'm not in that world. I'm not in it. Sometimes it touches.
I love it. I think it's freaking fantastic.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just an anarchist. I'm just born here to cause trouble. But thank you so much, Theresa, for a fantastic conversation. And thank you, everyone, for watching Inception Podcast. Please like and subscribe on the Facebook page. And also you can find this podcast on Forbidden Knowledge News Network, where you will find amazing, amazing creators of shows, diverse topics. There is something for everybody on the Forbidden Knowledge News Network. It doesn't matter where you're researching. Chris, Matthew and Corey cover everything. Go there and check it out. It's amazing. It's amazing. Until the next time on Inception, it's bye, everybody, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.